Hi guys! Oh man, I know I haven't made a video in like 2 weeks now, I think. I've been like around. Some of you have probably seen me because I've been, watching everybody's videos and commenting sometimes. I'm a really bad commenter, I'm sorry. But I haven't been making videos for an exciting variety of reasons. For one, we've been having a weird heat wave lately. Basically, I had to keep my windows open all the time or I would die. Is this what my mother's talking about when she claims I'm really dramatic? I think it might be. But no, I had to have my windows open all the time to keep it like livable in here. And I can't film with the windows open because there's all the outside noises coming in. Also, a lot of the videos that I have coming up are turning out to be way more complicated than I originally thought they were gonna be, so yeah. And I don't have any book reviews because all of the books I've been finishing lately I just don't have enough to say about to do a full review anyway, so. But I went to the midnight showing of the Hunger Games movie, so I'm going to talk about that today. Yeah, I was gonna do this yesterday, but I just didn't manage to get to it, so I'm gonna do it now. Yeah. Overall, I really liked it. I think it helped that I went into this movie with, like, almost no expectations, because throughout the process of making this movie, I've kept going back and forth about how I thought it was gonna turn out. Like, as I was reading the books, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a really good movie. It's very cinematic in its style. And then it would be like, nah, I don't really care for that casting choice. Oh, I really like that casting choice. Oh, those pictures look good. Oh, that picture does not look good. Like, I was all over the map with this. But overall, I was very positive about this movie. There were some things that I didn't care for or that I thought could have been better, but I'm going to talk about the things that I liked first. The storyline was pretty faithful to the book, and I liked everything that they added, and I didn't really miss everything that they cut. I think one of the advantages of telling this story as a film as opposed to as a book is that you have the advantage of no longer being confined to Katniss's first-person perspective, and they really took advantage of that, and that was really good. Like, I loved seeing all the stuff from the game makers and stuff that was happening in the districts. All that stuff was really cool. Also, the acting was pretty uniformly good. I would say the standouts were Jennifer Lawrence. Like, Jennifer Lawrence was amazing. Everybody's been freaking out about Jennifer Lawrence in their reviews and reactions of this movie, both like here on YouTube and like professional critics and everything, and it's totally deserved. She is so good in this. Woody Harrelson is also really awesome as Haymitch. Lenny Kravitz as Cinna was also awesome. And Elizabeth Banks is hilarious in this movie. Like, she's so good as Effie Trinket. I also thought that the satire of reality television worked really well. Like, I think it was much more effective in the film than it was in the book. It might just be that reality television satire is much more effective in a visual medium than a written one. And this was a 2.5-hour movie, and it really did not feel like it was 2.5 hours. It just zips right along. Like, the pacing is really, really good. As for things that I didn't care for, the camera work is really shaky and some of the editing is very jarring. And like, it gave me a really bad headache, and one of my friends with a weak stomach had to leave to go throw up at one point. Like, it wasn't as bad as when we went and saw Cloverfield. She only made it 20 minutes into Cloverfield before she had to leave. But it's still kind of bad. I would recommend that you sit in like the back half of the theater if you can. We were in like the 3rd row, so that probably didn't help. But the shaky cam and the editing actually work really well for the film, like stylistically. But also they clearly did it to help get the violence down to a PG-13. And that's the other thing that I really didn't like here, that it wasn't violent enough. Like, the lack of blood and gore here really lessened the impact that this story is supposed to have. Because, I mean, like, the point of this story is that all of this violence and children killing each other is abhorrent. Like, the violence here is supposed to gross you out. It's supposed to make you feel physically bad. And, like, the lack of violence was so ineffective at getting the point of this film across that people in my theater legitimately cheered when she killed Clove. And I'm like, man, I don't know that you understand the point of this film. Like, I get why they had to do that, because it's very difficult to market R-rated movies, especially ones about teenagers, but it would have been so much more effective if it had been a little more bloody. But yes, positive feelings all around, generally. I'm really, really glad that it's making a ton of money, because that means the sequels are definitely going to happen, and I'm like super excited about seeing Catching Fire on the big screen. So yes, if you've also seen this, let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will see you soon. Bye.